hurting sentiment over here.
That's right, and a lot of stocks which had actually posted a good set of numbers are also now turning into the red. Sarla Performance Fibers is one of those counters that should come up for you right now. That one's trading at the low point of the day. Remember, it opened with a gain of close to 4% after a good set of numbers, and numbers is all that's on our mind right now, because we have Abhishek Somani, who's the joint managing director of Somani Ceramics. He joins us to detail their numbers. Thanks a lot, Abhishek, for joining us. First, you could run us through your numbers, the top line growth, the EBITDA, at the same time your margins and your net profit as well.
Right. So it's been a fairly decent quarter, although sales have been under pressure. So we've grown only about 11% on net in this quarter and about 12.5% as far as 9 months is concerned. So clearly sales has been a little bit of a pressure, looking at the building material sector generally under pressure. But having said that, the margins have substantially improved for us, and it will keep improving in future.
Could you give us the margins?
We've done approximately a 25. Yes, about 25% increase in PBT and about a 27% increase as far as PAT is concerned.
Okay, and what about the EBITDA margins?
So we don't look at EBITDA clearly, because we are generally about 60% outsourced, so where there is no interest in depreciation. So we generally look at only PBT margin expansions.
All right, what is the volume growth that has been in this quarter, Abhishek?
So we've grown at about 11%, out of which the volume has played the significant role. About 8.5% has been the volume growth, and the balance has been the value growth.
All right, talking about your margins.
Of the 11%.
Right. Talking about your margins, Abhishek, you do say that you are looking at only the PBT, but across the board, we are seeing improvements in margin on account of lower gas prices. So could you tell us that when on an EBITDA or a PBT front will you be comparable with your competitors as well? Because if you look at the industry leader as well, they are enjoying EBITDA margins of close to 18-19%. So that's a very big gap there, right? So when can we see your margins going into double digits?
So like I said, the 18-19% is EBITDA. We do not measure EBITDA. We look at PBT only. And you would see the PBT rise fairly significantly. And I've been maintaining that every year we would be adding about 0.5 to 0.7% on PBT margins, which we are on track. We've already achieved that this year. And the recent gas prices which have come down as far as our plants in Gujarat are concerned, I think most of that gas price has got passed on, because there are 650 units to which this effect has happened. But the other gas price which has gone down for our northern plant, which is in Haryana, for that we will have a substantial benefit, and that's a huge positive for us. And we would see certain margin expansion more than what we've committed for the next quarter.
In the next quarter, that is.
Okay.
That's right.
So
you'll see that happening within this quarter.
Okay. You recently raised...
The current quarter going on, yeah.
Okay. What about this QIP money? 120 crores is what you recently raised. How are you planning to deploy it?
Yeah. So it was raised for a purpose for expansions and also more joint ventures. So it would be utilized during the year for the same purpose.
Okay, can you break it up? How much in terms of expansion? What would be the nature of that? How much in joint ventures? Have you finalized who your JV partner will be?
Yeah, so we're still drawing up those plans as to in what particular category and where in the country we would be wanting to do this. So that's kind of unclear currently.
Sure.
All right, and when does this capacity come on stream, the extended capacity that you're planning?
So one of the capacities will start in first quarter FY17, which is 4 million square meters per annum of glazed vitrified tile. It's a very value-added tile. That again will add very significantly and very healthily to the PBT margins, what I was talking earlier. Apart from that, the rest of the capacities will take between 12 and 18 months, which we're still drawing up the plans, for which we raised the QIP.
Okay. You said 9-month revenue growth is roughly 12.5%. Is that how you're likely to end the fiscal year as well? What are the early signs of how Q4 is shaping up as well as FY17?
So Q4 is generally a better quarter. So we would be ending up slightly better than what we are now, which is the trend if you take even the best of years.
All right. Another thing that I wanted to know from you, Abhishek, is the fact that China has now imposed India has now imposed a duty on the Chinese imports. How much of your sales do get protected by that? And is that differential substantial enough for you to see an increase in the sales?
So we've asked for the duty to be put. It hasn't yet been finalized, in the sense it's in the government's machinery to get the exact duty quantum out, which will hopefully be by this month end or early February is what we're looking at, the duty being imposed. It's not really the volume which was really affecting the industry. It was the pricing pressure, because China was clearly dumping at ridiculous prices, and that was putting pressure on our pricing. Volumes were yet to catch up. So about 12% of the industry's volume were being catered from China currently. But the bigger damage was on the pricing. Huge damage, very serious damage.
So what is the number you're expecting from the government to come on in terms of duty for your differential to be negated?
Yes, so whatever the data has been given, as including the transportation data, if we equate that, we're looking for a duty at anything above $3 plus per square meter. Let's see what the government finally comes up with.
Okay, Abhishek, we'll have to leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. So that's the word from Somany Ceramics, about 11% revenue growth, profit growth of nearly about 27%. Seems largely in line with street expectations. The stock is up nearly about